Okay, here we are. We're Man in the Van, season 2 or 3, the new Man in the Van with Billy Askew.
Yeah.
Too many times down the years I've been calling you, future GP rider, and you're virtually almost there.
Yeah, close.
Grown up a lot, ain't you? Look at you.
Yeah, I'm
bloody
tall
great
now.
lout.
Used to be quite small all the way through my life.
Yeah, you
Always
did,
been
yeah.
small, but now I've grown a bit.
The old man's a bit of a unit though, isn't he? We can say
he's quite tall.
Mind you, he eats more than you.
Yeah, a lot more.
Okay, yeah, so Man in the Van brought to you by Stafford Van Sales. There you go. All the information there. Will is interested in buying your vehicle or selling it. Either way, if you've got a vehicle to sell or you want to buy a vehicle, go and see Will at Stafford Van Sales, because without him, we wouldn't be doing this Man in the Van. Right, this is it then. Let's go for it. We've got a generic set of questions here. Yeah. I've already done one of these with Martin Barr.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this for everybody. Don't be so nervous, Billy.
No, I'm fine.
All right. This is, so you've got 26 random questions.
Yeah.
Right. Not necessarily motocross related. Right. So as you're such a nipper,
yeah.
We'll start with question 1. What was your kind of earliest memory that you can remember? Anything in particular? Doesn't have to be bikes. Getting in trouble. What's your earliest memory?
In my childhood, probably just messing about in my field and stuff with
on a bike.
On a bikes, yeah.
So what age did you start?
Messing about on bikes. I've always been on bikes. Well, to be honest, when I was really young, my dad got me on a bike and I used to cry and get off it. I used to hate it. But then that was a motorbike, but I've always been into he's have a Strider.
Yeah.
I had loads of them when I was a kid, so probably riding my Strider up in the field. I used to build jumps and just riding my Strider in the field.
I've got a little story to tell of my own with that. So when I first started racing, went to my first national, which was a YSMA Super National at Lawn Abbey, and I was so scared that I hid in the boot of the car because I was only little, and nobody could find me. And I was actually hid behind the cool box, and it wasn't until my brother went to get a sandwich at lunchtime that he found me all curled up under a coat because I was too scared to go down the hill.
Yeah,
so you're not alone with that?
No, when I first started, I used to not want to go on a bike at all.
How things have changed.
Yeah.
This is kind of funny question too, because really, you're a young adult, so you're not a child. But what kind of child were you like? Were you like hyper, or were you like pretty laid back? Were you always into mischief?
Very hyper, mischief. Always the crazy one doing if there was any going anywhere and it was something crazy, I'd be the first person to do it.
Yeah.
I used to go mountain biking, biggest jumps, I'd do it first. So I was very not laid back at all. Probably more laid back now than I used to be.
You are. So you've matured. Did you give mum and dad a bit of stress then? Did you reckon?
Yeah, definitely had a few.
Have you got brothers and
arguments.
sisters?
Yeah, I've got 3 sisters, no brothers. Yeah.
No brothers?
No.
So yeah, I can see what. Mind you, living in a house with 4 girls, obviously including mum, I can understand why you wanted to run wild. Okay, we're getting deep now. When is the last time that you cried? You don't have to explain why. It could be pain, it could be physical pain. When was the last thing that really upset you? Or was it Frozen too?
Yeah, probably.
No,
probably a movie.
Was it a movie? Can you remember though?
Nah, God knows. To do a racing, probably when I lost that championship in the 85, that was probably for racing. That was the last time I cried.
I'm glad you're man enough to say you do, because any bloke that sits in and says he don't cry, I'm going to pull him up on it, because we all do that. Okay, question 4, when did you last feel really happy? Ecstatic happy?
Don't know, every day of my life, really.
Is it every day? Yeah. Every day's a bonus?
Yeah. Last time I was really happy,
Must have been, was it like a championship win or something like that?
Yeah, championship wins are good, but probably say one of my happiest days was when I got sponsored by Kex.
Yeah.
That was a good day.
Obviously we're recording this at Ling for round 1 of the British Championship the day before. When this comes out, it could have been that when were you really happy is when you beat Tommy.
Yeah, it could have been.
Could be, innit? Because clearly in your latest vlog with him, you're going to stick it to him tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah.
Up to date then, question 5. What's been your biggest achievement so far?
Biggest achievement? Don't know. There is one, but I can't remember it.
It's that big.
But I'll probably say
he's forgotten it.
I don't know about my biggest achievement, but my best race was that race, MX. I think it was MX Nationals. Where I crashed in the first corner.
Oh yeah, that was good.
First lap.
Hawkstone.
Yeah, that was a good race.
Yeah, that was a good one. I'd also say, I'm putting words in your mouth, but I don't mind doing that. You know, basically, I would say because you're pro effectively. So
yeah,
turning pro is a big thing. Okay, what would you say is your best characteristic, your best thing that makes Billy Askew kind of like special? Is it like you've got a good temperament, you're kind? What is your best characteristic?
Probably I'm a bit wild. Like,
you like being wild?
Yeah, do crazy stuff. I'm always doing things. Like when I go to Ed's, just always riding bikes all day, just on pit bikes, on any bike I can go on, just on a bike.
By the way, I think looking back to this episode last year, was it the Olympics, the Keck Olympics?
Yeah.
I was rooting for you with that.
Yeah.
I thought you should have turned them over there.
Yeah, to be honest, I had a bit of bad luck.
Yeah, you did.
So I could have won the first challenge. I was fast there, and then wheelie challenge I got second.
Yeah.
Stoppy challenge, I didn't do very well in that, but I'm better at them now. And then the other challenge, I think I nearly won that one.
Ed, if you're watching,
yeah,
Tommy, you need to obviously,
yeah,
because it's Olympic year anyway. It's the actual Olympics this year, so you should just do that. Okay, so what's your worst characteristic? It could also be your best one.
Probably that as well, because sometimes I'm wild in the wrong situations and get myself into trouble.
Fair dues, right? But you're young.
Yeah.
So that's fine. We'll let that slide. What is your most treasured possession? Have you got anything, like is really valuable to you? It could be your iPod, whatever. Anything that you think I'm glad I bought that or I've got that. Could be a winning crash helmet, anything like that. Set of race kit.
Don't know. Probably my first Keck helmet. That's pretty.
Yeah.
I've kept that. I quite like.
Yeah.
That. It's in my room.
Okay. What's your favourite word? Have you got an expression or a word that you use a lot? Like when I had like Martin Barr in here, we obviously he's Irish, so he said a crack. He's always saying about a good, he's always a crack. Is there a word that you throw out? Because you youngsters, it's a different language now.
Yeah, there's probably a few words I couldn't say, but I do have a lot of slang. Yeah,
so speak to me in a bit of slang, as I wouldn't understand. Say something,
Well, from round me, I'd probably say, all right, shag. That's a word that...
Oh, that's old school though.
Yeah.
That's coming back round, is it?
Cocker or...
Cocker's a good one. I like that one.
I don't know. Me and Tommy say chavvy a lot, or... All right, chavvy.
So which one of those three are you going for?
Probably what I say a lot is chavvy.
Chavvy. Okay. What's your biggest fear? Any phobias?
Losing.
Brilliant answer. So we're all good with that. We're okay. We've got no fear of any animals or anything like that. Heights.
Yeah. Worms.
What?
Yeah.
Worms?
Little worms. Yeah. Horrible. Scared of them.
What about a snake?
Not as much. They just creep me out.
Right. So you.
If I ever lift so much up and I see a worm, I'll probably just get scared.
Right. So you could be in the garden.
Yeah.
And like an adder comes through, something that could bite you and effectively kill you.
Yeah.
No worries about that. But a blackbird goes over and drops a worm on your lap.
Yeah, more scared.
I quite like that. Okay. Next question is, if you was having people around for dinner and you can have 3 guests, they can be dead or alive, who would you like around to chat with? It can be all motocross. It doesn't have to be anybody famous, dead or alive. It can be whoever you want. It could be just your 3 sisters if you wanted.
Probably Ricky Carmichael.
Yeah.
James Stewart.
I mean, that'd be good in itself.
Ryan Villapoto, them 3.
Yeah, and get them all.
Yeah.
And you could ask the questions about who you think's best.
Yeah, and then a bit of beef going on.
That'd be good. I need to try and maybe get all 3 of them squeezed in here at some point. Okay. Describe, if you can. This is always a precarious one. the best night of your life. What has been a memorable night? I seem to remember you at the VMXDN last year. You were having a Bobby Dazzler of a night there.
That was a good night. Enjoyed that with the boys.
Because you got to be careful because you're a man coming of age.
Yeah.
And you're a professional racer, so we can't delve too much into.
No drinks or anything.
You were having it though. You were up there. Did I see you on Wobbs' shoulders or Ed's shoulders at some point?
Yeah, someone's shoulders I was on.
Yeah. And you weren't even drinking?
No.
Can you imagine that when it comes to you later in life?
That's what I'm saying about wild.
Yeah. Right. Other than home, where home is, or in the UK, what country or city would you like to live in if you weren't living in the UK?
If I wasn't in the UK, America.
Anywhere in particular?
Florida.
Oh, you're a Florida guy. You been to California yet?
Yeah, I've been in California. I was a bit disappointed, to be fair.
Was you?
Yeah.
You're more of a Florida man.
Yeah, because it's a bit different lifestyle completely, them two, aren't they? Like, you got California, it's a bit built up, and then you got Florida, where it's just like, just land. And I'm more of a, like, as a kid, I've always been outside instead of inside. So I prefer being outside. Like, if I could do anything, I'd be like, just outside, pull over a digger or something, building tracks for my pit bike. I'd still be doing that till I'm about 50 years old.
What if you dig up a worm?
Yeah, I'd probably be a bit scared.
Okay. Any confessions, or anything, anybody you'd like to say sorry to? By that I mean, let's just say, for example, if somebody, like if your dad had a nice bar of chocolate in the fridge or something, and you went and had it, and then didn't admit to it. So any little things of late that you've done and you thought, well, actually, I need to confess up about that. You don't have to.
Probably Luke the other day.
Yeah.
He had ice cream in the freezer and I ate it. Didn't tell him. And
So he doesn't know?
No, I blamed it on my sister.
Brilliant. See, that's a confession. That's what we need. Yeah. We need more of them. Okay, question 15. Do you have like a skill or like a party trick you can do, like impressions, or can you like stand on your head, or like a little secret talent we don't know about that you're good at?
I'm gonna be honest, nothing in my life I'm good at other than bikes.
Straight up.
Just anything else, not good at.
Okay, football, so you're not like a secret, like we're not going to see you on like The Voice or Britain's Got Talent.
Never.
Okay.
Not very good at dancing either.
Okay, so what kind of switches you, like what really gets you fired up? What turns you on almost, like anything in life? Is it like music? Is it whatever? It can be.
Probably women.
These are strong answers from Billy Askew. That's not an answer I'd expect you to go down there. I thought, being a young pro, you'd look up and go, well, yeah, like riding a bike. But straight in.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to lie about it.
Straight in with just direct women.
Yeah.
Fair play to you. Gone up in my estimation. And you're quite high anyway. Okay, so what the opposite of that, what really gets you back up? What really pisses you off, grinds your gears?
People that lie. Don't like people that lie, or to do anything out to do with people. Don't like when I'm planning to do something,
yeah, and
it gets cancelled. To do with rain, to do with anything, or people just are not in the mood to do it.
So it gets
me depressed.
You're quite an organised. You like routine.
Yeah, I like a routine, but if I'm not doing anything, I get depressed.
Right.
So like, if there's ever a day where I'm just sat around doing nothing, don't talk. You don't want to talk to me. It has to be miserable.
See, this is what the idea of these questions is to get a bit of an understanding of my guest in the van. See, now I don't know you well enough. I always had you down. Like you're quite cut. But this is all coming out now. So that's just a little thing. So you're
I'm very quiet when you first meet me.
But then you're quite okay. Okay, we're getting there on the 26 initial questions. Question 18 is there a noise or sound in particular that you like?
Bikes.
4-stroke or 2-stroke, because you're a different generation.
4-stroke.
Yeah, see, that's where we do.
2-stroke. I just think when I hear a 4-stroke, I think it's manly. Like, I just think that's. So
you're more. You think you're more likely to impress a woman on a 4-stroke than a 2-stroke?
Yeah.
Okay.
2-strokes is like people who can't ride 4-strokes, I think.
Pushing your luck now. Is there a noise in particular that like you don't like, really pisses you off? It could be that. I mean, I'm going out on a limb here, but it could be like even like your sister's voices or something. No, don't say that. I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah, probably.
Or the noise when you're in trouble.
Yeah, getting screamed at by my mum.
Okay. What's your favourite smell?
Fuel.
Glad so many motocrossers say fuel.
This is my favourite. Tea bags.
Not tea.
Yeah, cup of tea.
Okay.
A tea bag.
I get these visions now that you kind of walk around.
Yeah, when I go in the house, if I'm making a cup of tea, I'll smell the tea bag. It's the best smell ever.
This is just a brilliant cross-examination. I really am finding out a lot about you. Okay, if you didn't or wasn't a professional motocross racer, what would you like to be? What profession would you like to attempt?
Well, I think it'd be something to do with bikes. I'd probably be like, I'd like to be I like enduro, so I'd be like a Juro rider. Probably, I'd like to get into YouTube. Like, I'd probably be like a YouTuber.
God, they really have. Like, you know, like
yeah,
the whole thing with Tommy and Ed has really...
Before that, even, like, I've always just wanted to be a YouTuber. Like, I think I'd be, like, do some crazy
You'd be
stuff.
good at it.
Yeah.
It did surprise me when you know, like, you kind of teamed up with those guys.
Yeah.
Because you're so quiet normally. And I was like, God, yeah. But then, obviously, your character has come out. Okay. What profession would you really not want to do? Job.
Office job. My dad's job.
Right.
Not that.
You should appreciate your dad then.
Yeah.
Because he's working those hours to get you in.
I can see what he goes through, and I do not want to do that.
Okay, well that's good. Right. What is an absolute food no-go? What don't you touch that you really don't like?
Right. I'm English, but I'm going to say fish and chips.
Not a fish man?
Nope. I don't
like... What about fish? Like, no, but not with chips, just...
I tried sushi for the first time the other day, but I tried the one where you could taste the fish and I didn't like it. But there was this other one which still had fish in, but it had like a sauce on it. It was nice. I
got some in the back, actually. Martin Barr said the same thing. He's not a fish man. Okay, 24, 2 to go, or 3 to go after this. What is the worst part of motocross?
A lot of people would say training, but I like that bit. Don't know. I like it all.
You like it all, apart from injuries.
Yeah, I ain't very done a lot.
No.
Of them.
Okay, we're getting a bit deep now. These final 2 questions. Right. If heaven exists.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's debatable. What would you like God to say to you when you rock up at the gates to go into heaven? What would he think of you? What do you reckon he'd say to you?
That everything I did he agreed with.
What, even stealing your dad's chocolate?
Yeah, like everything I did he thought was good.
So just basically he'd say, bit of sound guide, Bill, you're all right, you're coming in.
Or
he's not going to condemn you to hell.
Well, like I'm the main person, like world was made because of
right.
me.
Oh well, I mean, I can see your confidence. Right. I always like this last question because I often think about it, not just for myself. Okay, question 26. Who would you want to play you in a movie about you?
Someone good looking.
Well, you're hit with the ladies anyway, aren't you?
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably like Tom Holland or someone.
Okay. Oh, really? Yeah.
He's quite good
because they can do wonders with makeup. See, I mean, you're a good-looking guy.
Yeah, they need to do a bit of touch up on him.
That's what I mean. Like for me, like watching, it'd have to be like, you know, Jason Statham, I suppose.
Yeah.
Not that I look anything like him. Okay, so that's like the main crux of the questions, right? Now we're going to go to what I call like life choices, right?
Yeah.
So these are just 5 questions, right? So you've got to give me a number. You do it 5 times. A number between 1 and 25. Start off. Any number between 1 and 25.
13.
Okay. So you've got to make a choice, one or the other. You can't sit on the fence. It's simple. You'll get the hang of it. Okay, hamburger or hot dog?
Hamburger.
Choose another number.
3.
Okay. We had this one the other day, I think. This is a you might not drink, but anyway, beer or cider?
God knows.
You've got to choose one or the other. What do you reckon you go for?
I think I'd go for beer, a bit more manly.
He's just upset all the cider drinkers out there. That's good. Choose another number.
20.
1 and 25. Blonde or brunette?
Oof. This is...
Which is... I'm glad you chose that one.
Right, so...
Oh, you can't, sit on the fence.
No, I'm
one
not.
Or the other.
I'm not. So, a 7 out of 10 blonde is better than a 7 out of 10 brunette. Like,
controversial that is.
A 10 out of 10 blonde... No, 10 out of 10 brunette is better than a 10 out of 10 blonde. So, at the minute...
Where's your theory in that? So, like, in the last...
Because, like, if you watch, like, Megan Fox, in her prime in Transformers... But then...
It's all coming now and then.
My dream crush has always been Margot Robbie.
Right. Okay.
So, I'm going to say...
You can't... There's no, like...
I'm going to say brunette.
Okay.
Brunette, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, hot-blooded young male in the van there. Choose... I can't believe you did that. What did we get up to? That's 3 questions, isn't it? Okay, choose another number between 1 and 25.
11.
11. I think that's number 11. Surf or turf? It's not necessarily food. I mean, are you more a seafaring man or prefer, but it could also mean food.
What's surf and turf?
Well, surf, right, for example, when you go to a restaurant, surf and turf is when you can have a mix of like prawns and meat. But surf, in other words, would you prefer, do you have fun on being on the sea, or do you prefer doing stuff on the land? Like, jet skiing, water skiing.
Land.
So you're going to go turf.
But I like water as well. I like doing stuff in the water. But I'd say if I could do summits for the rest of my life, I'd either be on land or water. Be land. So
land. Okay. Turf it is. Okay, final life choice question. Go on then. 1 to 25.
17.
I've got to start numbering these properly because I haven't done it. Okay. Ant or deck?
The smaller one, so that's deck, isn't it?
That's deck. He's a deck fan. Okay, that's your life choices, and then we finish off with the last word. Okay, these are just 6 questions, right? Okay, you're nearly there. Don't look so
it's
painful.
Good, I'm enjoying this.
Right. Last word. Question 1. Last gig you went to. Have you been on any music gigs recently?
No, a bit boring now.
Have you never been to one at all?
No, never.
Okay, I can change that to because you haven't been to a gig because you're young. Okay, what gig would you like to go to? Let's just throw that in there.
Probably one. I don't know, I don't know what they're called. Just.
You're not a big music man then?
No, I do like music. I never people know the names because they've looked into going to do it, but I've never looked into going and doing it because I've always been focused on sort of the wrong path. I don't want to go down that path, so never really.
But you're aware of festivals and stuff like that.
Yeah,
let's say, would you ever go to Glastonbury, for example?
Yeah, I'd go.
It's worth going. Everybody needs to go to Glastonbury once in their life. Okay, last film that you watched?
Transformers.
Was it? I can't think why. How many times have you watched that?
A few times now.
And is it because of the film, or is it because of...
It's because of Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. She is hot, I'll give you that. I've got to be careful what I say in case my missus is watching. Okay. What was the last thing that you read? Was it like a book or a magazine? What?
Don't read books.
You don't read books? More of a film guy?
Yeah. Well, let's see.
School book, probably?
Yeah. Oh, no, that was a while ago. I wrote something the other day, and it was the most I wrote in 2 years.
Right. What's right?
I can't remember.
Diary. You don't keep a diary. Tell me you don't do that. They're dangerous diaries. You shouldn't keep them. my opinion. Okay, what was the last TV show or series that you watched?
Clarkson's Farm.
Oh yeah, that new series is coming out.
I watched that again.
Yeah. Have you seen that? Series 3 is coming out?
Yeah, that's why I watched it again, because I was like, I need to keep myself up to date on it, so I remember.
What was the last sporting event you attended? It can be a motocross event, but have you been to anything else?
Anything else?
You know, like have you been to MotoGP yet, or Formula 1 or anything?
No, I need to go watch some road racing with Alex and Sam.
Yeah. So you've never really been to a major sporting event?
No, never really.
But you know, this is all right because you're young. How old are you? Remind us every.
16.
See,
I'm
you're
not big into
16.
sports, though.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, people like my mate in the gym, Ben Curry. He watches everything to do with sports, everything. And I'm like, I barely even watch motocross. Right. Like, I can just watch the GPs now because I do it.
Yeah.
I can watch my races, but I can't watch anything else.
Too busy stealing chocolate.
Yeah.
What was the last country you visited?
Italy.
Erase those memories.
Yeah.
Not anything's wrong with Italy. If you didn't see it,
beautiful.
Obviously Bill had a bit of a high side for himself down the track.
It's a shame though.
Okay, 2 questions from home. What's the last thing that made you angry? Or thing, person.
My sister, because she wanted to come somewhere with me,
Yeah.
and I didn't want her to come.
Why? She cramping your style?
Yeah, it was my
She older or younger than you?
younger. I've got 3, 2
Okay.
are older, one's younger, and it was a younger one. She wanted to come somewhere with me, and I was like, I didn't want her to come really.
No, because you know, you're a young man, you're a player.
Yeah.
Okay, we just finished with simply the last thing that you want to say is, you know, anything you want to get off your chest, anybody you want to thank. You could just leave me with a passing shot. You could leave me with some words of wisdom. Anything. You sign this thing off.
Don't know.
Okay, if you're struggling, I'm gonna put words in your mouth. Let's talk about tomorrow then, right? Obviously, it's first round of the British Championship. You're now in the pros. You got a level of expectation yourself, but also people expect stuff from you. So you seem to handle the pressure pretty good at the minute. So what are you expecting tomorrow? As long as you beat Tommy, is that it?
It's going to be a top 3, I can tell you that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like when I go racing, it's almost like I know what's going to happen before it happens.
Okay.
So if I don't want, like, if I think negatively, I'll have a negative day. So, like, for instance, the first round of the M.I.A.V, I was nervous. I was like, oh, I don't know about today.
Yeah.
Wasn't, like, ready for it. I had a rubbish day. The next day I come in, I was like, I've got a feeling today's going to be good. And I went nearly hole-shotted. Ran in the top 3 for half a race, and then I had a problem with my clutch. But, yeah, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I think it's going to be a good day. Good riders list, so
That's good. See, we don't know, and so we're going to watch this back and then got to see if you got it right. What's, just very quickly to sign off, what's the banter been like with 250 Tom?
It's really good. I do enjoy riding with Tom. I never want him to beat me when I'm riding, so it keeps me on my toes, but I can see he's trying, I'm trying, and we both don't want to.
What I'm going to say on that is, either way, I'm going to particularly enjoy and look forward to seeing the vlog.
Yeah.
Because either way, it'd be good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how his reaction if you do stick it to him.
I think deep down he wants me to beat him because obviously he's been helping me out and he wants me to do well. But then he wants him to beat me because just to show that he's still the boy.
I'm looking forward to that. Billy, thanks for giving up the time.
Yeah,
thanks to these guys, Stafford Van Sales member. If you're buying or selling a van, give Will a call on that number there or email him. Good luck tomorrow, mate. Thanks for giving up your time. You've got very warm hands.
Yeah.
I won't ask what you've been doing with them. Right, we're out of here. All the best. Nice one, Bill.
Thank you.
See you soon.